Aerodrome Finance price update. Today I will show you my updated Aerodrome price prediction, and this is not clickbait, a new base launch with 12,000% upside potential. My name is mikemadz. Let's start this video. Before I start the video, please do me a huge favor. Every like matters, every single comment matters. The more people engage, the better for the video, the better for the entire community, and the better for our tokens. Every single one of you, I appreciate. Let's start. All right, let's stop wasting time. Let's jump straight into it. As I especially think here, we are close to the mania phase here, where the entire market is gonna reprice higher. I want to push out this video as fast as possible. Of course, main topic is gonna be Aerodrome today. Aerodrome with the main question I'm getting recently: why did we stall here? Main reasons: is it worrisome? Is it absolutely normal? And what to expect next year during the end of the year. Brand new base microcap here. And yes, just like I said here, this is not a clickbait. The potential here or scenario here where this token has a potential upside of 12,000%, guys. Okay, Aerodrome price prediction, including my base case scenario from here until the end of the year, and something super exciting here, my exact game plan, my personal game plan until the end of the year. So now, starting off with Aerodrome, why did we stall here? And for this, we just simply need to zoom out, guys, and you need to start to ignore newer entrants here in the market that expect a 100x within days here. Why I'm saying that? Because if you zoom out here, you can clearly see that Aerodrome since April, guys, just a couple months, is up over 400%. Now, in TradFi, in traditional markets, this is an absolute dream scenario, guys, that you have to wait for 20 years plus in specific tokens. This happened just since April here. So since April, the token is up, or was up here, over 400%. You have to realize that for a fact. This is why I say you have to start ignoring newer entrants, newbie investors that are impatient, that have a TikTok brain, and that expect 100x's within days here. And unfortunately, that most probably have a much higher entry price and are starting to FUD the token right now. So zooming out, you can see Aerodrome, absolutely great return this year, and nothing has changed here. This is just simple accumulation here. Of course, people are going to take profit. Of course, people that bought higher are going to panic sell, bounce here, because simply their loss is much less here than it was in April. So absolutely normal here. You have to zoom out sometimes, and zooming out, you can see that Aerodrome actually one of the best tokens here, best performance, especially in mid caps. Now, why did we stall here currently? Why are we consolidating? Is pretty simple here. First reason is the rotation game is currently massively on point, where CT and CT native people are just simply using the rotation game here to trade the market here. As you can see here, this is clearly visible with the Sol Ethereum chart here, where Solana was bleeding actually for a long time now. Solana had a decent bounce against Ethereum, and knowing that, of course, base is a Ethereum beta here, and if Ethereum is not really outperforming, base tends to do hard. So right now it's Solana season, is all I'm trying to say, or was Solana season, and Solana ecosystem tokens are actually outperforming the market in general. But as you can see here, the Sol ETH chart here, while most people are starting to get overly bullish on Solana, the chart is actually at super important resistance here, and I expect here that Ethereum will lead the way until the end of the cycle. As much as I love Solana, as much as I bought Solana at the lows here at $8, $10, $20, I truly think this is now the time for Ethereum, and especially also for base until the end of the year. Okay? Does this mean here that Solana will not perform well? This is not what I'm saying. I'm talking about the ratios here. And third reason here, you need to understand why the markets or why Aerodrome is stalling here is pretty simple, guys. There are traders and there are investors. If you think that you are a trader and that you don't have the patience here and you want to get out and in the market and you want to outperform Aerodrome itself, then go ahead. But usually, guys, the realistic case is here over 90%, actually over 95, 98% of traders lose in the long term. So you need to decide here, are you actually an investor? Okay, an investor thinks in owner mindset, a trader thinks in renter mindset. And if you have this renter mindset, then of course you are going to be impatient here, and then of course you're most probably here didn't capitalize here on this massive upside move here on Aerodrome. So in my personal opinion, why are we stalling? Because it's absolutely normal after such a massive move here, and I still expect massive upside in Q4. Okay, now coming to the base microcap here, I want to cover today with a true massive upside potential, not clickbait. Yes, I have a position. Yes, I'm in talks with the team. And before we get to the product itself, I just simply want to show you the token, and I also want to show you a token that was very similar here on ETH mainnet and what it did here and why I think here this token actually has this massive upside potential. I'm talking about Macro here. Okay, Macro is a lending and borrowing platform. I will get to that shortly. The token itself, Macro here, is currently sitting below 500k microcap. So absolutely small microcap here on base, new launch. And as you can see here, yes, like on launches here, the launches itself are massive corrections here, absolutely normal. Snipers are going to snipe, traders are going to trade, and this is usually the place actually where you want to enter a token here, where it's starting to look bottomed here. So great entry in my personal opinion, great market cap for this token here, below 500k, so massive upside potential with a great product which I'll come to shortly. And I want to show you actually the contender here to look forward to here, which I always like to do here because you have something you can compare it to, is IMF here. IMF, as you can see here, from the same levels here, almost 500k market cap, it went to over $70 million in market cap here. So before we get to the product, I just wanted to show you that and why I have this price targets and crazy thumbnails and titles here, because as you can see here, this project here, comparable project on ETH mainnet, guys, not on base, did over 12% move to the upside here. Okay, now taking a look at the product itself, what is it here? It is pretty simple here. This is utilizing the Morpho Waltz here. Morpho Waltz, super important, in my personal opinion. Why? Because it almost guarantees safety. I know the team, so I feel very well here promoting this project. You can first of all deposit and earn on your USDC. So if you currently have stable Spark, I would personally make use of that because the APY actually right now is super attractive. You can deposit your USDC, deposit your stables, and earn yield on it. First thing, the bread and butter of the protocol though is the following here. The bread and butter is simply to borrow against your precious base tokens here. And as you can see here, currently there is Toshi, Degen, Kita, Dogemy, and Ski. There's more partnerships on the way also with WMTX, but you can borrow against your precious memes. And right now, in my personal opinion, this is not the time to sell your memes, guys. You are selling right before the mania phase. So right now, in my personal opinion, why I'm so bullish on the project, this is the picture perfect time to make use of such a protocol because you can keep your bag here, borrow against it, and then have stables here or have cash ready to deploy it into other things or even to double down here. Okay. And third thing here, if you're bullish on the token itself, the macro token benefits in this entire ecosystem, and I think it's absolutely undervalued. If you're bullish on the token itself here, the macro token, you can stake your macro token, which is pretty new here, with also crazy decent attractive APR right now, which I'm currently doing here. So I'm staking, and with this project here again, guys, you can make use of the flywheel. You have a low microcap based token here with massive upside potential, with a promising product here that makes sense in this current environment, earning yield on this token here. If this token reprices higher while you're earning tokens here on top of that, you can see how this can be a massive play. So not financial advice. This is token I want to push here actually on a monthly basis. Macro, do your own research, all the good stuff here. Now getting back to Aerodrome here, price prediction, I will exactly show you how I am navigating the space here looking at Aerodrome. Now, pretty simple here. Taking a look at the Aerodrome chart, this looks absolutely bullish, and there's nothing that is bearish about this chart as we speak here. Maybe if you are alt bear, you can zoom in and you can say, hey, maybe this is a bear flag here. I wouldn't say so, because timing wise, even if we have a dip right now, I personally wouldn't risk to trade any position here in order not to lose out on this massive mania phase that is looking very likely, especially if history is about to repeat here. Now, this is the time frame I'm expecting here. I think here, this time frame of window, this goes to March or April of next year. This is where I expect the blow off top here for this mid caps to happen here. And this is also the range, the price range I expect of Aerodrome to peak here. So yes, maybe Aerodrome just goes to $2. This is not my base case, but I would be massively out of the market here when Aerodrome hits $10. So this is the range here that I'm expecting for Aerodrome, and this is still my price prediction here. Price predictions, you have to keep in mind, are very senseless basically, because I'm already DCAing out of the market, guys, just like I told you. Why? Because we can all be wrong. There's black swan events, there's smart contract risk, there's many black swans you can avoid by simply just starting to DCA out the market right now, just like I said here. And my DCA will go heavier and heavier the higher that Aerodrome goes here. So nothing has changed. If something changes here with my Aerodrome price prediction, I will of course update you on that here. So how I'm personally navigating here, my exact game plan until the end of the year is the following here. Now, first thing here is you need to understand, you personally need to understand, or you need to decide on your own where you think we are in the cycle. If you think that the cycle only started, then this is your thesis and you might be right. I personally think here we are at this stage here where this is just simply a representation here where Newton invests a bit, Newton actually exits happy. All of a sudden, Newton's friends are still in the market and they get rich. Newton gets envy, and Newton makes the most crucial mistake here. Newton actually re-enters with a lot with FOMO, and this is where I think we are right now here. We are at the late stage of the cycle, and people that think otherwise, absolutely fine, but you have to keep in mind, guys, Bitcoin went from 15K to over 100K. Ethereum, $800, over $4,000. Solana, $5, over 300 actually with this Trump pump. So to say that we only are at the beginning is very, very dangerous, but I still expect a lot of upside here, especially in our mid caps, Aerodrome, etc. And this is why I'm so bullish on them. Okay, now understand where we are. First thing. Second thing here is you need to understand the realistic upside here. Majors are done, in my personal opinion. Will Solana go higher? Yes. Will Ethereum go higher? Yes. But in my personal opinion, the risks to reward right now is already over. Why? Because if you are in from the lows and you have a 20x, for example, on Solana, why are you risking a 30% move here for a 20x gain? Doesn't make any sense. Book your profits, and now is the time, in my personal opinion, to go into mid caps, into micro caps like Aerodrome and those micro caps that are presenting. Why? Because people will go down the risk curve, guys. This is just guaranteed. This is just how greed works. And once people go down the risk curves, those tokens are going to reprice higher, and then it's the time where we're going to reach our price predictions. Not financial advice. At the end of the day, guys, do your own research. Super, super important. Be bullish on yourself. That is the real gains here in life. Most important thing is, as always, and especially now, don't get wrecked.
Guy giving up from blue tops like Mars Simpson, just hard discipline, pot simmering, cooking up, no rocks in the pan, watching the plan form in the sand, bidding castles out of thoughts in our head, late nights, no sleep in my bed, trying to see my dreams manifest. Look at that, now look at that, we nice. Put the pants on ice.